Right now it's 7. The search intensifies for a missing student last seen in an East Texas lake. What we know this morning. Plus, security even tighter at ICE facilities across Texas and the United States after a shooting earlier this week. How the North Texas community is coming together. I ain't saying too much. I like I'm dangerous. Looking for the dangerous life. Mariah Carey is back with new music, and we have a preview to the new album releasing today. And the State Fair of Texas opens today. Big Tex is ready for your arrival, but new year means new rules. What you can expect.
Yeah, we got a pretty nice stretch of weather here in East Texas. I'll show you that weekend forecast coming up in your full forecast. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Important recalls that you need to be aware of to keep your family safe. And the search enters day 3 for a missing college student last seen in an East Texas lake. We will get to all of those headlines in a moment. But first, it is Friday, September 26th, and it's feeling like fall as we're waking up this morning. But will it stay that way? Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Jesus Martinez is on assignment. Thank you so much for joining us on CBS 19 Plus. I don't know personally if it's going to stay that way, but this is the guy that does. Joel?
Yes, that's right. I do. And honestly, I think it will stay like this for a while here, actually over the next week. I can't wait to show you that 7-day forecast because it's a pretty good one across the area. All right, taking a look at Tyler, we're looking south on Broadway. Traffic starting to pick up just a little bit. We got clear skies overhead and temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. We got 59 degrees this morning in Palestine, 66 in Jacksonville, 61 in Henderson, 61 in Marshall, and 61 in Jefferson. And those dew points are in the upper 50s to low 60s, which means, ta-da, you got clear skies, low humidity. That's going to be the case all the way through today and into this weekend. Over the next few hours, we'll steadily watch those temperatures increase to the low to mid 80s, still staying pretty clear. I do think we'll have a little bit of an opportunity for some clouds today, but all in all, a pretty sunny forecast into this afternoon. I think that's going to be, again, the case as we head into this weekend. It's a beautiful forecast. We'll reach temperatures in the middle to upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday. I think we'll see temperatures near 87, but the humidity still staying really nice and low, which makes our skies nice and sunny with a couple of clouds in the mix, but overall a pretty nice forecast. I'll show you what that 7-day looks like coming up.
All right, thank you, Joel. The Cajun Navy is now assisting in the search for a missing college student. This as the search enters into day 3. 21-year-old Peyton Hughes from Kentucky was pre-fishing for a Bassmaster kayak event when he went missing. Multiple agencies from Texas and Louisiana are assisting in the ongoing search. In a statement, officials said, quote, "Our thoughts are with Peyton's family and friends during this difficult time." New details about the man who opened fire at a Dallas ICE facility. Investigators now say he left behind writings that reveal his motive. Luke Clary has more.
A day after the deadly shooting, investigators say searches of 2 properties linked to 29-year-old Joshua Yan produced handwritten notes showing his intent to terrorize ICE agents.
These loose notes included a game plan of the attack and target areas at the facility. He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel and to maximize property damage at the facility.
Despite writing that he didn't want to hurt civilians, Yan allegedly killed 1 detainee and critically wounded 2 others with a rifle that he obtained legally. Another line stood out to investigators.
The sniper explicitly states, "Yes, it was just me."
On X, FBI Director Kash Patel said that Yan downloaded a list of DHS facilities, searched ballistics, and videos of the Charlie Kirk shooting in the days before the attack. Earlier, Patel shared this photo of the ammunition marked anti-ICE.
How unusual is that for an FBI director to be releasing to the public this kind of ground-level novel evidence.
It is unusual. I mean, I haven't seen it in the past.
Former FBI counterintelligence agent Eric O'Neill says this is a different era.
We're seeing our political leaders on all sides of our politics putting more out on social media than we've ever seen before in history.
And that his big concern now is what appears to be a trend.
Young men being radicalized, whether it's through the internet or different groups, to particular ideologies that makes them decide that they are going to pick up firearms and take lives. And that's a problem.
And now ICE is increasing security measures across the country in the aftermath of that attack. The FBI says ICE officers are facing a more than 1,000% increase in assaults against them. Dozens gathered outside Parkland Hospital last night to pray for the shooting victims of that shooting. Advocates against ICE operations organized the vigil, setting up tables with flowers, candles, and even a Mexican flag. The Mexican consulate confirms that one victim is a Mexican national and says that they are offering legal assistance and helping families connect. Advocacy groups are demanding ICE release names of the wounded and are calling for better protection of detainees.
Individuals go there affected to go and do check-ins, not to go and be detained. It is not sustainable nor safe to detain people at that facility.
Advocates also want ICE to immediately notify families and lawyers when someone is taken into custody. Police have not yet released the identities of those victims as federal authorities continue to investigate. 7 minutes after 7 now, Blaine Milam, the Rusk County man convicted in the horrific death of a toddler more than a decade ago, was executed yesterday evening. The 35-year-old was put to death by lethal injection in Huntsville. His case stirred protest outside the prison and raised renewed questions about the death penalty and criminal justice. Last-minute appeals to the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles and the U.S. Supreme Court failed this week. Family of both 13-month-old Amora Carson and Blaine Milam witnessed the execution. Rusk County District Attorney Michael Jimerson was also with Amora's family.
Amora's unspoken plea for justice has reached a crescendo that endless appeals no longer silence.
Blaine Milam thanked his supporters and the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for helping him find his faith. His last words were, "I love you all. Bring me home, Jesus." His time of death was 6:40 p.m., about 20 minutes after that lethal dose was injected. He was the first Rusk County man to receive the lethal injection. Alabama carried out its fourth execution of the year, putting Jeffrey Todd West to death on Thursday. The 49-year-old was executed by nitrogen gas hypoxia for the 1997 capital murder of a convenience store clerk during a robbery. West declined to speak in the chamber, but wrote a statement apologizing to the victim's family and urging people to find God. Afterward, Governor Kay Ivey issued a statement saying justice was served. Meantime, Robert Robertson continues to fight for his life. He is pushing for a new trial after being convicted for the death of his 2-year-old daughter. His attorney announced he won't seek clemency, but filed a recent appeal claiming the Anderson County Judiciary violated the Constitution early in this case by improperly allowing Nikki's grandparents to remove her from life support. Robertson has long maintained his innocence, a claim backed by several Texas lawmakers. He is the only other execution currently scheduled for this year. A former Texas state professor is suing the university for wrongful termination. Earlier this month, Tom Alter talked about overthrowing the U.S. government during an online socialism conference. University leaders got a hold of the video and terminated his contract due to concerns of his comments inciting violence. This led to labor unions and some lawmakers to protest yesterday. The university has not commented on the lawsuit. And things are back to normal this morning after several states were hit by a variety of outages. It started when the 911 system went down in parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. Officials say some fiber optic cables were damaged and fixed within a few hours. Then the power went out at New York City's Grand Central Station. This did not affect the subway system, but some people were stuck in elevators. Officials say a technical issue with the state's voltage was to blame. And Walmart is pulling some of its pasta meals off store shelves after a nationwide listeria outbreak. People have been sickened in 13 states, including Texas. If you bought the market-side linguine, beef, meatball, and marinara sauce, toss it, and then return it for a refund. The affected products have use-by dates between September 22nd and October 1st. And Sprout Organics is expanding its recall of its 3.5-ounce pouches of sweet potato, apple, and spinach due to possible elevated lead levels. The product was sold at Walgreens, independent stores across a number of states, and online. Most sales were between September and December of last year, but the pouches have a best-by date of October 29th and 30th and December 4th of this year and February 4th of next year. You can return that product to a store for a full refund. Happening today, Big Tex returns at the State Fair of Texas, and this year's focus continues to be on security. There is a new clear bag policy in effect throughout the park. Other new rules to note: no early entry before 10 a.m. and a 5 p.m. curfew for anyone under 17 without a parent or guardian. And the no gun policy is back this year. It was enacted last year after shootings at the fair in 2023 injured 3 people. More than 2 million people are expected to attend this year to enjoy the unique food, it is oh so good, and the fun at the park. And don't forget, the East Texas State Fair is still going on. From rides to food and entertainment, there is so much to see and do. We talked about maybe having a funnel cake. I know I want one. Today is Fair Food Friday. That's when you can get one. You can get in for free before 2 p.m. to enjoy all the sweet treats and the savory ones too that the fair has to offer. Things wrap up on Sunday, so you still have time if you haven't been out already. It is time now for today's daily question, and it is a simple one. What is something that happened this week that made you smile? Do you have one?
I do. My fiance came and visited me earlier this week, and we went to the East Texas State Fair. It was a lot of fun.
What was your favorite thing at the fair?
Oh man, I did like the rides. Oh, and the pig races. That was fun to watch.
That's got to make you smile. I'm sure she made you smile first, but then they just made that grin a little bigger.
It was smile on top of smile, and it was just like,
so much fun.
It was great. We had a really good time.
For me, it was going to my daughter's volleyball games this week. I always love watching her play. And then I got hugs from my big boys this week.
Yes.
I mean, I forced them to hug me. I'm not sure that they want. They didn't, but it felt so good. What is it about that? They're like healing. Let's see what the people are saying. Sissy says, this is nothing special. I bet it is. But my washer and refrigerator was delivered. Replacement for an Old Faithfully that time was up on 18 years. Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's great to get upgrades. That feels good.
Especially when you need to do laundry and it starts like piling up. That'll make you smile for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. Right. We've got this question posted over on our Facebook page, so go over and tell us what made you smile this week. I'm sure it'll give us a grin too. All right, Colorado's largest school district, Denver Public Schools, is launching a new pilot program to help keep guns out of big games and events. Here's reporter Rachel Krause.
In fall, the football field is sacred. A hollowed space that warrants strong protection.
You're welcome.
The staff working All City Stadium take their job seriously.
She loves working.
One member of the team,
Vivian,
never lets up.
Yeah. We're just the person at the end of the leash.
Bob Lovelace's K9 Vivian is smelling for something specific.
So Vivian's going to be looking specifically for firearms. She's imprinted on 29 different explosives and firearms. So she's got a big job.
You see these dogs at the Denver Center for Performing Arts, Coors Field, Mile High Stadium, courthouses, airports. Why aren't we using them in Denver Public Schools?
Greg Cazell is Chief of Climate and Safety with Denver Public Schools. He says they're piloting this canine weapons detection program at large school events and games.
Let's go find it. Ready?
To sniff out guns and gunpowder. They've seen it before.
Unfortunately, we have found weapons in some of our events.
Thank you.
And again, this is another layer to make sure that we have that safe and welcoming environment that makes people want to come to the games.
Protection that's always needed and sought after so much more in the wake of the shooting at Evergreen High School.
Just an added layer of security for the students. You know, we're all worried about guns in the schools. I was at the Columbine shooting as a first responder, so for me it's kind of been a full circle of coming after the violence has occurred to being out here with the K-9 trying to prevent it from occurring in the first place. Good job, Mama.
Pop says Vivian is seasoned.
Can I come say hi again?
Smelling out situations at big games for years.
She's got a little gray on her backside, but she don't know that, so don't tell her, okay?
Her presence, something Bob hopes will bring students and their families both comfort and security.
Union break.
All right, well, here in East Texas, it is Friday, and you know what that means. Friday night high school football, and fun and exciting teams are playing this week. Many teams opening up their district play. So for our game of the week, 2 undefeated teams facing off in the biggest game of their season so far, which is also maybe the biggest game emotionally all year. The 7-mile rivalry between the Troop Tigers and the ARP Tigers, facing off with both teams undefeated right now for the matchup for the first time since 2006. This is one of the closest rivalry games in the state of Texas, with ARP leading it just barely, 40 to 39-1. This will be the first true test for both teams, and it's going to be a good one, and one won't be undefeated when it's all over. As for our kickoff show, Jimmy Searfoss and Dan Belay will be live up on the hill at Chester Roy Stadium as Overton gets set to host Grapeland in a 2A Division II district matchup. Overton off to a hot start with a 3-1 record, and they're looking for revenge because Grapeland, that was the last team this football team faced in 2024, and Grapeland bounced them from the playoffs last year. And they're looking to start a win streak over the Mustangs in 2025. Another game to keep your eyes on. Highland Park coming to town to the Rose City all the way from Dallas to take on the Tyler High Lions, who are coming off a close defeat to one of the top teams in the state, the Lufkin Panthers. They've hung in with all those top teams, and they'll need to dig deep for this one again against an always tough Highland Park Scots team. All right, time to get over our traffic. Hopefully the traffic headed to the games won't be too bad. It looks like the weather's going to be nice at least.
Yeah, the weather at least is going to be pretty nice. I can guarantee you that for sure. But this morning, if you're heading out on I-20, should be in pretty good shape. 2 hours to Dallas and an hour and 30 minutes to get to Shreveport, so no major slowdowns there. As for US 69, also still smooth sailing. 2.5 hours up to Denison and an hour and 30 minutes to get down to Lufkin. As for some other routes, we got Jacksonville to Nacogdoches, or Jack to Nac, as I like to say. 50 minutes. We got 40 minutes to Longview from Tyler. Tyler to Palestine is going to be 55 minutes, and then Tyler to Athens is also going to be around 50 minutes. CBS19 live radar, a nice clean sweep here across the area. That's just some ground clutter that we're picking up on the radar, but overall commute forecast is a gorgeous one, green times 6 all the way through today. We'll see high temperatures today in the middle 80s.
Thank you, Joel. Still ahead, a teacher wrongfully accused and urging authorities to release the video that will clear her name. We show you new footage showing moments before the Uvalde mass shooting took place and why a wrongful accusation has changed this teacher's life. Plus, an educational and free way to entertain your kiddos, the new streaming app that just launched.
The CBS19 Sports Report, sponsored by Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel Louisiana.
Hello and welcome to Sports. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. We're glad you're with us. We've had a lot of players of the week who've done a lot of amazing things in just my time here at CBS19 alone, but never have we had anyone do anything like this.
CBS19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
If there was a fantasy football league for Texas high school football, you'd want Patrick Zudi on your team. The kid was responsible for 11 touchdowns and over 750 yards of offense in the Trinity School of Texas Titans' 130-96 win over Leverett's Chapel.
It's like playing rookie mode on Madden. Literally, like, end of the first quarter, one of our assistant coaches, he looked at me and was like, it's going to be a long game. It's going to go all 4 quarters, so just be ready.
Ready is an understatement. He was the biggest part of an offense that scored on every single possession.
Coach Burrow, he called it a track mate, multiple track mates. That's what it was like.
And it didn't come down to some scheme that got him into the end zone. Just prime.
Well, we're about to step away for a moment while we break into our over-the-air broadcast with a news update. We'll be right back, so stay with us here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for joining us for this morning news update. A Tyler mother is in jail accused of waiting nearly 90 minutes to call for help after her toddler consumed a high-dose THC gummy. Deputies say 27-year-old Kendall Johnson left her 2 young children alone in a car while picking up food. Now, during that time, her 23-month-old daughter ate half of a THC gummy containing 500 milligrams of THC, later being flown to a children's hospital. Now, we spoke with cardiologist Dr. Scott Lieberman, who says these cases are becoming more common, especially when edibles are brightly colored and look just like candy.
Actually pretty concerning. I mean, this is a pretty high dose. Children who ingest, 100 to 500 milligrams of THC are going to be at increased risk for respiratory depression. They can become very lethargic, very tired.
The mother is now charged with child endangerment and is being held on a $250,000 bond. More charges are expected for a Jacksonville man arrested following a multi-state investigation into child pornography. 68-year-old James Gregg was arrested late Wednesday night at his home. He is facing charges of possession of child pornography and distribution of harmful material to a minor. Now, this arrest stems from a joint effort between Jacksonville Police and the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office in Nebraska. A young prop maker from East Texas is making a name for himself in the horror world, creating pieces for major TV shows, all from his small studio in Kilgore. 20-year-old Connor Beats is a student at UT Tyler and a Kilgore College grad. And when he's not in class, he is building scary props for screens big and small. His work caught the attention of set designers on Showtime's Dexter Resurrection, who reached out to buy his custom creations. He has since made 15 different props for the show.
When one of my 2 favorite shows of all time gave me that phone call, I was like, wow. I said, my life feels a bit more complete now.
It does. Connor says it is proof that even in a small town, big dreams can come to life. All right, we've been dreaming for gorgeous weather out there. We're finally getting it, Joel.
That's right. Dreams are coming true for today. It is a fantastic forecast as you're heading under the lights. Friday night football kickoff at 7:30 in Overton, Arp, and Tyler, all starting out in the low 80s, dropping quickly into the low 70s by 9 o'clock, upper 60s by 10 o'clock. So you may want to take a light jacket with you as you head out the door tonight. Now for this afternoon, we'll be in the middle 80s across the area, dropping back down into the upper 50s, low 60s to start your Saturday. Back up we go to the middle 80s for Saturday afternoon, upper 80s off to the south, upper 50s to low 60s again to start your Sunday, upper 80s to the south, middle 80s to the north. It's a very nice forecast and the humidity is sitting nice and low as we head into the rest of this week. Temperatures again lingering in the middle 80s, possibly near 90 by the middle of next week.
Welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. A Uvalde teacher is hoping to clear her name. Next in this half hour of our show, the newly obtained footage by our partners at CNN that reveals some new details about what happened moments before the attack.
I ain't saying too much. I like I'm dangerous. Looking for the dangerous life.
Who doesn't love New Music Friday? Mariah Carey out with a whole new album. A preview of that and what else is new just ahead.
And in your forecast, it's a pretty quiet stretch of weather up ahead in East Texas. But as for the tropics, well, that's definitely a different story. We have a 80% chance of development within the next 2 days and a 90% chance of development within the next 7 days. With this area of thunderstorms right now, it could become our next tropical storm. I'll show you the details in your forecast coming up on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Y'all, it is Friday. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Dana Dixon. Continuing coverage this morning, a Tyler mother is in jail, accused of waiting nearly 90 minutes to call for help after her toddler consumed a high dose of THC gummy. The deputies say 27-year-old Kendall Johnson left her 2 young children alone in a car near Dixie Elementary while picking up food. Now, during that time, her 23-month-old daughter ate half of a THC gummy containing 500 milligrams of THC. Now, instead of calling 911 right away, investigators say Johnson drove to another location and waited. She later admitted she hesitated because she was afraid of getting in trouble for having the edibles. By the time EMS arrived, the child was lethargic and had to be rushed to a local hospital, then flown to a children's hospital. We spoke with a cardiologist, Dr. Scott Lieberman, who says that these cases are becoming more common, especially when edibles are brightly colored and they look just like candy.
Actually pretty concerning. I mean, this is a pretty high dose. Children who ingest, 100 to 500 milligrams of THC are going to be at increased risk for respiratory depression. They can become very lethargic, very tired.
Johnson's now charged with child endangerment and is being held on a $250,000 bond. Now we want to bring you this next story, exclusive to our partners at CNN. Years after the mass shooting at Uvalde Elementary, CNN is revealing footage that helps clear one teacher's name. Amy Marin Franco was blamed by officials for leaving the door open ahead of the massacre in that elementary school. And to this day, she still fights for the public release of the footage to show what really happened. Here's Shimon Prokopiz.
Life is just never the same after you're blamed for a national tragedy.
It's like frozen in time because 3 years and we had no justice. 3 years.
It was in the days after a gunman stormed through a door that was supposed to be locked and murdered 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, when a waking nightmare became a living hell for Amy Marin Franco.
My name is Stephen McCraw, Director of Texas Department of Public Safety. The exterior door where we knew the shooter entered was propped open by a teacher.
It was just lie after lie after lie after lie. All I was saying was I closed the door, I closed the door. I kicked the rock and I closed the door. They thought they were going to get away with it.
What's been the hardest the last few years?
Even though I know the truth, feeling the separation because of the blame, people are still believing that.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see it every day. Every day. You can feel the division. You can feel the people that are, she left the door open.
How do you convince people?
I am looking for a specific video. They've shown bits and pieces, but they've not shown the entire video.
The head of the Texas DPS, he eventually apologized for the mistake. But to this day, the department, they're blocking the release of the video Amy is so desperate for people to see.
Have you seen this angle?
No.
It shows Amy running outside with her cell phone after she witnessed the gunman crash a truck behind the school.
I'm calling 911.
To say a truck
I'm
crash.
running. I'm running to the scene.
Uvalde County 911. Yes, there was just an accident right here behind Rob's school.
She is among the first to alert police a shooter is headed toward the building.
Oh my God, they're running. I don't know why. Oh my God, he has a gun.
She rushes back inside, kicks away the rock that held the door open, and pulls it shut. But from inside that building, there was no way to know if it is locked. CNN recently uncovered maintenance records that showed there were problems with the lock on that door a month before the shooting.
You think the door's closed here, locked, right?
That door is locked because it's always supposed to be locked.
Amy immediately begins warning others and yells for kids to get into their classroom.
Okay, back to you.
After 3 minutes, she walks into her own room, turns off the lights, and shuts her classroom door. Just a few seconds later, the gunman easily opens the same outside door and makes his way into the 4th grade classroom. Police swung open the door 3 minutes after the gunman. By then, it was too late. The shooter would remain inside the room for 77 minutes.
The way he just walks in, like...
When you see this and you see yourself given the warnings, is there some reassurance, or how do you feel?
I want the whole world to see that I did not run straight to my room to hide. I was warning everybody that there was a shooter on campus. I did not stand around like all those 376 officers did. I was warning everybody to get in their rooms.
And certainly the teacher that went back for her cell phone, it propped it open again. So that was an access point that the subject used.
How do you feel when you see him?
Total failure. I don't care to look at that man's face. If you want to believe that, then go ahead and believe it, but I have the proof right here.
Your fight now, because this is about getting this video released, what can you do?
I will continue to speak up. I will continue to fight. When the files were released, I knew what I was going to look for, and I didn't see it there. So I started asking, where's the video? Evidence is still being withheld.
I call the regular meeting of the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Board of Trustees to order.
My name is Amy Franco. I am a survivor of the Robb Elementary mass shooting. You say you stand for transparency, but you have withheld the very footage that will clear my name.
Amy hoped the footage would finally be released after the district lost a court fight to keep it secret.
The district does not have any hallway video to release because we are not in possession of any of it.
We know what it means to the families. We know what it means to you, Amy.
I'm sorry, Amy.
You were a totally different person before.
I was a different person, but she died that day. I'm a new version now, and I'm learning who I am. I know I'm a fighter now. I have to stand up to all these people that did me wrong.
CNN was able to obtain that video through sources. In a statement, the Texas Department of Public Safety said they cannot release the footage publicly because it is being held in evidence in a pending criminal prosecution. All right, it is 7:42 now. Time to check out what is trending. Let's start with a reminder to all on this National Pancake Day.
All right.
Yes, Cracker Barrel is offering customers all-you-can-eat pancakes for $5. All of its 660 locations are participating. Also, people who wear their favorite team's jersey or bring a same-day game ticket will get a free side of pancakes with an entree purchase throughout October. Now, this comes after the chain is trying to bounce back from a slump that was linked to the national uproar after the company made a logo change. The closest location to us is in Lindale near I-20. It's pretty yummy.
Absolutely. I could go for some pancakes right now. That sounds pretty good.
It wouldn't be too bad. You know what, some of my kids don't like syrup on their pancakes.
Really? I love syrup on
I
mine.
think that's a crime, really.
How could you? You said that's a crime.
It is a crime. I have to have blueberries in my pancakes, though.
Yeah, blueberries are good.
A little fruit.
Yeah.
Make me feel a little bit better about it.
You put like strawberries on top too. Some people do.
Ooh,
I think.
I wouldn't mind it.
Strawberries and a little bit of whipped cream on top.
And
butter, maybe.
Ooh, absolutely butter.
Oh yeah.
You're more of a chocolate chip guy.
Yeah, I definitely love my chocolate chips and my pancakes and waffles.
Chocolate everything, by the way.
I do. I have a chocolate tooth.
All right, Scholastic is bringing its iconic stories to streaming. 9 story media groups have teamed up with Future Today to launch the first ever Scholastic branded app. Look at this. The app features over 400 hours of family-friendly programming that includes classics like Clifford the Big Red Dog and the Magic School Bus. I also saw some other things on there that look pretty good. Scholastic says the goal is to give families a safe and trusted space to enjoy timeless stories that both entertain and inspire. It is now available for free on Roku and Amazon Fire TV, with more platforms coming soon.
Man, we were talking about nostalgia earlier this week. That right there is nostalgia for me, for sure.
I know. Our news director, Mara, I bet she's streaming this for her little one. Gotta love that.
Oh yeah, I loved growing up with Clifford, Martha Speaks.
You saw Garfield there.
You saw Garfield. Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's kind of like the classics.
They are the classics, the Saturday or just morning classics. Really, that's when I would watch those.
I know. Kids nowadays have cartoons anytime they want it, but for us, it was like Saturday or bust. Like that's all you had.
Right.
Or for me, not you.
Right, yeah. Me, it was like every morning, and you still had to wait until a certain time. Now it's like free to watch anytime.
Anytime you want. Well, there are some big music releases out now, including the first new album from Mariah Carey since 2018. It's been a while. Rick DeMiglia reports.
I like 'em dangerous. Looking for the dangerous type.
Mariah Carey is back. Truthfully, she never left, but Here for It All marks Carey's first album of new music in nearly 7 years. The album features the single, Type Dangerous. Doja Cat declares she's the jealous type. The track is the lead single from her new album, V. Doja Cat is set to make her Saturday Night Live debut as the first musical guest of the late night staple's upcoming 51st season. That's the singer and band known as President. The mysterious masked performers have just released their debut EP, King of Terrors. The buzzing band made its inaugural live debut at the UK's Download Festival over the summer and will make its US debut in December. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Love that tune. And don't forget, Kane is coming to Tyler next Thursday. The Christian Music Family Band is headlining at Green Acres Baptist Church, and they are most famous for their song, I Am So Blessed, and the commission. And the night of worship kicks off at 7 o'clock, and tickets start at just $25. You can find more on jbc.org. All right, it's kind of a picture-perfect morning today in East Texas. Hopefully that continues for a while, but what you got going over there with all the hurricane nonsense?
Yeah, we got some colors over here, that is for sure. The tropics sure are busy right now as opposed to East Texas. It's pretty quiet going forward here, but we have Hurricane Humberto, 75-mile-per-hour winds now, so that puts it at a Category 1. It is actually forecast to be a major Category 3 hurricane, likely into the second half of today or possibly into Saturday, and possibly even up to a Category 4 for the second half of the weekend. So that's something that we're going to have to watch for. The good news is that it will not actually be hitting the United States. It's actually expected to make a northeasterly turn. However, there is a second thing that we're going to have to watch for, and that's going to be this area of energy. This is Tropical Wave Investigation 94L. and it's just west of San Juan, Puerto Rico. It now has an 80% chance of development within the next 2 days and a 90% chance of development within the next 7 days. It's so close to becoming a tropical storm. It only has to go about 9 miles per hour faster as far as the winds. It has to go at least 39 miles per hour faster, or at least 39 miles per hour is the minimum. So it's only about 9 miles per hour faster. 9 miles per hour shy from actually becoming a tropical storm. So it's so close. Again, it's moving northwest, about 10 miles per hour. Most of the data is taking it across the Bahamas and the eastern side of Florida, and will have the potential to reach the east coast of South Carolina. So again, we're going to really keep an eye on this. This is expected to likely become a tropical storm probably within the next 24 to 48 hours. So we'll keep you updated on that. As for the forecast in East Texas, it's a very dry one. I'll show you what that 7-day forecast looks like coming up.
Thank you, Joel. And a sweet moment all caught on cam in today's Tell Me Something Good segment. We tell you the story behind this viral moment. Oh, it was so good.
All right, welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Here is a look at your forecast for Under the Lights tonight. We got Overton, Arp, and Tyler. All very nice as we start off the games tonight at 7:30, starting off with temperatures in the low 80s, quickly falling to the low 70s by 9 o'clock, upper 60s by 10 o'clock, and staying clear overhead in the process. It's going to be a very nice forecast. On top of that, we got the lower humidity that's going to continue to stick with us as we head into the next several days. Our lowest humidity likely will be on Sunday, reaching just near that border of pleasant. The dew points are in the low to mid, will likely actually reach the middle 50s. They're in the upper 50s right now, but when you have middle 50s and lower 50s, that's where you really get pleasant, and it's going to be nice and dry as we head into this weekend. The humidity will start to increase just a little bit as we head into next week, as those temperatures start to increase ever so slightly, but it's still going to be in that comfortable category nonetheless. Now for this afternoon, we'll see temperatures in the low to mid 80s, upper 80s possible over deep East Texas. I think that's going to be the main theme as we head into the next several days here. Upper 50s to low 60s to start your Saturday. By Saturday afternoon, we got middle 80s once again, upper 80s to the south. Northeasterly breeze hanging on at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Upper 50s, low 60s again for the start of your Sunday, and then middle 80s to upper 80s once again as we head into Sunday. It's a rinse and repeat forecast as we head into the next 7 days. We got lots of sunshine going forward. Cloud cover will start to build in a little bit more on Monday and Tuesday, But all in all, the humidity stays nice and low. Temperatures are going to be remaining comfortable as well. We'll see high temperatures in the middle 80s, potentially near the upper 80s for the second half of next week. That's going to be due to a small ridge of high pressure in our upper levels that could bring in some warmer temperatures and higher humidity, but not too high to really cause too many issues.
All right, come back over, Joel. Let's do our question of the day. It is a really simple one, but I love it. What is something that happened this week that made you smile? I know you loved having your fiance in town and going to the East Texas State Fair. Anything else?
This forecast.
Yes.
This forecast
This
is
weather
awesome.
is
It is fantastic.
Gotta make you smile.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to get outside on the patio at some point later today, maybe as gets a little darker outside. It is getting darker earlier too.
It's also like it's close to fire pit weather.
Ooh,
like you
let's
could
do
probably do that. Absolutely. Get away with that this morning if you want to do it this morning, if you have time, right?
Yeah, if you have time. Let's see what the people are saying. Donna says ordering my mother's cake for her 85th birthday. That is so sweet. And you've got to see this photo. This is the cutest. Mara says, mine is simple. Seeing this little smile makes me smile. Y'all, look at that picture. Is he going to be a basketball star one day?
I definitely think so.
I think
He's
so.
He's definitely going to be one.
He's a Thunder follower because
He
his
is.
parents love the Thunder.
OKC.
That's right. So cute. And then Jackie says, my daughter FaceTiming me, the grandbaby. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. All right, we are about to step away for a moment while we break into our over-the-air broadcast with a news update for you. We'll be right back with more here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this morning news update. Blaine Milam, the East Texas man convicted in the horrific death of a toddler more than a decade ago, was executed yesterday evening. The 35-year-old was put to death by lethal injection in Huntsville. His case stirred protest outside the prison and raised renewed questions about the death penalty and criminal justice. Last-minute appeals to the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles and the U.S. Supreme Court failed this week. Family of both 13-month-old Amora Carson and Blaine Milam witnessed the execution. Rusk County District Attorney Michael Jemerson was also with Amora's family.
Amora's unspoken plea for justice has reached a crescendo that endless appeals no longer silence.
Blaine Milam thanked his supporters and the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for helping him find his faith. His last words were, "I love you all. Bring me home, Jesus." His time of death was 6:40, about 20 minutes after that lethal dose was injected. Another East Texan also on death row, Robert Robertson, is pushing for a new trial after being convicted for the death of his 2-year-old daughter. His attorney announced that he won't seek clemency, but filed a recent appeal claiming the Anderson County Judiciary violated the Constitution early in the case by improperly allowing Nikki's grandparents to remove her from life support. Robertson has long maintained his innocence, a claim backed by several Texas lawmakers. He is the only other execution currently scheduled this year. And the search resumes this morning for a missing college student last seen on the Toledo Bend Reservoir. 21-year-old Peyton Hughes from Kentucky was pre-fishing for a Bassmaster kayak event when he went missing. Multiple agencies from Texas and Louisiana are insisting in the ongoing investigation, or the search that is, including the Cajun Navy. A statement said by officials that, quote, "Our thoughts are with Peyton's family and friends during this difficult time." All right, it is another nice day across East Texas, and the humidity, finally lower out there, which is nice.
Oh yeah, we will definitely take that for sure. And the temperatures are nice and cooler as we head into this afternoon. Temperatures still lingering in the low to mid 80s for this afternoon. We'll drop down again into the upper 50s to low 60s to start your Saturday. We rinse and repeat for Saturday afternoon. Middle to upper 80s potentially over deep East Texas. And then as we head into Sunday, upper 50s again to low 60s. And then we move into Sunday afternoon. Could have some middle to upper 80s once again, maybe even as high as 88 degrees in Nacogdoches. That humidity still staying nice and low as we head into the next several days, all the way through Thursday. There is a little bit of a chance that the humidity will go up just a little bit of a tad, but still lingering in that comfortable category. Our 7-day forecast is a phenomenal one. We'll be at 85 for today, up to 87 for Saturday and Sunday. And the low temperatures still sticking around in the upper 50s to low 60s. There's your indicator right there that there is some low humidity out there. And that's going to make things feel a lot more bearable as we head into the next several days. Again, there will be a little bit of a potential for the humidity to go up with those temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday, but not too much to cause issues.
Oh, it is Friday. You know what that means? We're going under the lights for Friday night high school football. Some fun and exciting teams playing this week, and many teams are opening up their district play even better. For our game of the week, 2 undefeated teams facing off in the biggest game of the year, which is also their biggest game emotionally. The 7-mile rivalry between the Troop Tigers and the ARP Tigers. They're both undefeated right now. Of course, they won't be at the end of this one for the matchup. For the first time since 2006, they've both been undefeated. This is one of the closest rivalry games in the state of Texas, with ARP leading it 40-39-1. Now, this will be the future, the first true test, for both teams, and it will surely be a good one. As for our kickoff show, Jimmy Searfoss, Dan Millay, they'll be live at The Hill at Chester Roy Stadium as Overton gets set to host Grapeland in a 2A Division II district matchup. Overton off to a really hot start with a 3-1 record, and they're looking for revenge because Grapeland was the last team this football team faced in 2024. Grapeland bounced them from the playoffs last year, and they are looking to start a win streak over the Mustangs in 2025. Another game to keep your eyes on. Highland Park comes to the Rose City all the way from Dallas to take on the Tyler High Lions, who are coming off a close defeat to one of the top teams in the state. We're talking about the Lufkin Panthers. They've hung with some top teams all season, and they'll need to dig deep again against the always tough Highland Park Scots team. And you know what? They're hoping for some good weather for all of that, Joel, and I think you're going to deliver.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to get it out there for sure. And for the next several days, we got a very nice forecast going forward. We got temperatures in the middle to upper 80s, mostly sunny skies, low humidity. We'll have a little bit more cloud cover on Monday and Tuesday, but that's not going to make too much of a difference. The humidity is staying nice and low still. There is a little bit of a tiny ridge of high pressure that's coming in on Wednesday and Thursday. That'll drive up our temperatures ever so slightly into the upper 80s to low 90s, but shouldn't get too much hotter than that. Again, it's still going to be staying nice and dry out there. Friday Night Football, 7:30, Overton, Arp, Tyler, all in really great shape. Starting off in the low 80s, then dropping into the low 70s around 9 o'clock and potentially in the upper 60s by 10 o'clock. And we're going to be staying clear and dry in the process.
Oh, this is something really good this morning. Something to make you smile as we head out. A moment at McKinney High School basketball. A game that's going viral now. Jobin Ponecker shows us what had the entire gym going crazy.
From the moment he arrived, William has been a revelation.
Hey, William. He's been exceeding my expectations for 17 years. How was your day?
Always wearing something Mavs, always playing something.
Basketball is his favorite sport. All day, every day.
This junior with a jumper at McKinney High.
He's pretty reserved and quiet at home.
He was not on this school day. At a faculty-student game in front of the entire student section.
I can't count how many times I've seen it.
William didn't just show up, he showed out. Like he was in the backyard.
He feeds off of people's energy.
Janae says her son, who has Down syndrome,
where do you want to put him?
Wants people to see him.
Okay, which one is this one for?
Gabby.
That one's for Gabby?
And he deserves to experience.
Are you ready for the dance?
Yep.
Is she gonna say yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything.
This is the first one ever.
William is asking a girl named Gabby to homecoming.
Will you dance floor with me?
I will.
If he can show out for thousands of students,
yes, I will.
He can show up for one. A moment any mother would want the world to see.
I will come homecoming with you.
Thanks.
I will.
We don't have to fight about every single thing. There's just moments of joy when you can get out of yourself.
That's supposed to be out of you.
A revelation of the human spirit in McKinney.
Okay, you're the best.
I'm Jobin Ponecker.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love his energy. That's so awesome.
I know, isn't that great? And he energized everybody.
Yeah, I love that. I just, that makes me smile. There you go. Made me smile. Mission accomplished.
Makes your heart feel good, right?
Oh,
we want to
for
leave
sure.
you with that.
Absolutely.
On this Friday. Thanks so much for continuing your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Please join us for the noon show coming up on CBS 19. And you know, we're always going to be on CBS 19 Plus. Keep it here for the latest news and weather throughout the day, and we hope you have a fabulous morning.